Richard stood in a well-lit showroom surrounded by swatches of fabric and color samples. As an experienced interior designer, Richard was always on the lookout for unique pieces that could elevate a space. Recently, a new client has requested something particularly special, a custom epoxy table to serve as a statement piece in their office. Richard knew the person to help bring his vision to life. Morgan, a renowned epoxy table maker. Richard picked up the phone and dialed Morgan's number. After a few rings, Morgan answered with a friendly, "Hello, Morgan speaking." "Hi, Morgan, it's Richard. I have a client interested in a custom epoxy table. Can you walk me through the cost calculation?" Richard asked. Morgan's voice perked up with interest. "Sure, Richard. What kind of table are they looking for?" "They want a statement piece for their office," Richard explained. "Maybe a large desk with some vibrant epoxy accents." "That sounds stunning," Morgan replied enthusiastically. "For a desk, we first need to decide on the size and type of wood. Do they have a specific wood in mind?" "Yes, they love maple," Richard said. "The desk should be about 5 feet wide and 3 feet deep." Morgan nodded, thinking about the dimensions and the wood. Maple is a great choice. It usually costs between $10 to $15 per board foot. Now, for the epoxy, do they have a particular color or design in mind? "They are thinking of a striking emerald green," Richard responded. "Nice. Emerald green will look fantastic," Morgan said, imagining the vibrant color. Epoxy costs around $100 to $150 per gallon, and with pigments, it might be a bit more. We also need to consider the depth and complexity of the design. Do they want any special effect like glow in the dark or metallic swirls? Richard paused for a moment, recalling the client's wishes. "Yes, they are interested in some metallic swirls." "All right," Morgan said, jotting down notes. "That will add to the epoxy costs. Then there's the labor. A complex desk like this could take 30 to 40 hours to complete." Richard asked the crucial question, "What's your hourly rate?" "My rate is $60 per hour," Morgan replied. "So let's break down the total cost, including wood, epoxy, pigment, and labor." Richard smiled, feeling a mix of excitement and anticipation. "Perfect. Thanks for the detailed explanation, Morgan. I'll discuss this with my client and get back to you." With a clear understanding of the project scope, Richard sat down to calculate the costs. First, the wood. For a desk that size, they will need approximately 20 board feet of maple at $10 to $15 per board foot. The wood cost will range from $200 to $300. Richard decided to budget for a higher end to ensure quality wood. Next, Richard considered the epoxy. A large desk will require about 2 gallons of epoxy at $150 per gallon. That will be $300. Adding pigment and the special metallic swirls could add another $100, bringing the epoxy total cost to $400. Labor was the next major component. At Morgan's rate of $60 per hour, for 30 to 40 hours of work, labor would cost between $1,800 and $2,400. Richard decided to budget for 40 hours, totaling $2,400. Adding up the cost Richard calculated, wood was $300, epoxy and pigment was $400, labor $2,400, and the total estimate was $3,100. Richard composed an email to the client outlining the estimated costs and the design plan. The client responded promptly, expressing their enthusiasm for the project and approving the budget. Richard called Morgan back with good news. Morgan, the client loves the idea and approves the budgets. When can we start? Morgan chuckled. Great to hear. Richard, I can start on the project next week. I'll send you a detailed timeline and keep you updated on the progress. Richard and Morgan discussed a few more details before hanging up. Over the next several weeks, Morgan meticulously crafted the desk, starting with selecting finest maple wood. Each piece was carefully cut, shaped, and sanded to perfection. Morgan's workshop was filled with the rich scents of worked wood, a testament to the craftsmanship involved. Once the wood was prepared, Morgan moved on to the epoxy. The vibrant emerald green epoxy was mixed with precision, ensuring the right consistency and color depth. The addition of metallic swirls required a steady hand and artistic touch, creating a mesmerizing pattern that would catch the light beautifully. The process was time-consuming and required patience. Each layer of epoxy needed to cure completely before the next could be applied. Morgan spent hours meticulously pouring, swirling, and smoothing the epoxy, making sure every detail was perfect. As the desk began to take shape, Morgan sent Richard regular updates, including photos of the progress. Richard shared these with the client, who was thrilled with how the desk was turning out. Finally, after weeks of hard work, the desk was complete. Morgan applied a final coat of finish to protect the wood and epoxy, giving the desk a polished professional look. The result was a stunning piece of furniture, combining the natural beauty of maple with a vibrant eye-catching emerald green epoxy and its intricate metallic swirls. Richard arranged for the desk to be delivered to the client's office. The client was overjoyed with the finished product, marveling at the craftsmanship and the unique design. The desk truly was a statement piece, transforming the office space and adding a touch of elegance and creativity. With the project successfully completed, Richard and Morgan reflected on their collaboration. They both took pride in their work they had done, knowing that they had created something truly special. The client's satisfaction was the ultimate reward, and the stunning opposite desk was a testament to their combined skills and dedication. In the following month, the word of remarkable desk spread. Richard received more enquiries from clients interested in custom epoxy furniture, and Morgan's reputation as a master epoxy table maker continued to grow. Alright, as Richard continued to design stunning interiors and Morgan crafted beautiful one-of-a-kind pieces, they both looked forward to future projects. They knew that their collaboration had the potential to create more extraordinary pieces that would delight clients and leave a lasting impression. Consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this.